and it said I should fake my own death. I don't have savings, is what that means. Yes, which is good because it replaces my current exit strategy, which is accidental autoerotic suicide. Okay. Listening to In Excess. There we go. This guy. This is my guy. He's laughing at all my stuff. This guy is crazy. It's dark humor. That's the kind of humor I have. Other people will talk about puppy dogs and stuff, but this is tragic. It's funny as a comic, you don't ever think, because you've got such a huge ego, you don't ever think that things could go bad. It's like, really? Okay, sure. All right, let me have a sip and try to reset my life.
Cheers.
I do have anxiety. I smoke weed. Like I said, it's legal now, but I always had a medical thing for my anxiety. I get very anxious when I drive drunk. You have to level set. That's a joke. Don't drive drunk and stoned. Pick one, okay? Pick one. I am for the future, guys, young people. Megan, don't do drugs. I mean, do drugs, just don't do all the drugs, okay? I'm actually 23. Okay, sure? Cool. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you. I was going to wear shorts, too. And no socks. All right, cool. It's all good. Benicia, I like this town where the sewer meets the sea. Am I right? Oh, yeah, I got to shit on the town. But actually, I did some research on Benicia before I came out here. Searched the old Wikipedia. You know what's interesting about Benicia?
No.
Nothing. No. What? I'm going to kill the whole room. I'm kidding.
No, you got it.
Actually, it's Benicia. I don't know if you noticed. It's Spanish for views of refineries. Thank you, Martinez. Thank you, Chief Martinez. Martinez. You guys like the geographical humor. I like that. So let's get... I am from out of town, as you can tell from my accent. I am from Oakland. Okay? Oakland, California. We're all done gentrifying San Francisco. It's time for Oakland. You know what I mean? No more murders in Oakland. Just hipsters you want to murder, okay? That's not a burrito. Chipotle. That's a burrito. Our work here is done. Shit, I was sweating before my set starts. I'm your host, too. This is hilarious. All right, what else can I tell you? I had a power outage at my house. Let's get edgy. Power outage. What the hell? No power. I don't usually like to complain, like call up the customer service, but I decided to call PG&E. I'm like, they're like, PG&E, emergency services, this is Todd, how may I help you? I'm like, the power's out. No TV, no internet, no computer, no nothing. He's like, okay, sir, is there an emergency? I'm like, as a matter of fact, Todd, I'm in danger of having to masturbate to memories. Power outage is porno outage, Todd. This guy knows. Fuck yeah. You guys are an audience. I like it. Let's move over here. It's not my jokes that are shitty. It's just where I'm standing now. This is great. I am looking for a new job. What's that, Jason? Open mic comedy's not paying the bills? No. You've seen the headlines. There's an opioid crisis. I have bills to pay. Okay. I've had the same office job for 10 years. Who has a shitty office job? Anybody? You guys are all retired. What? Ageist joke. You got it all wrapped up in Bitcoin. I see how you are. I've had the same dumb office job for 10 years. 10 years out of the job interview game, but they're still asking the same generic job interview questions, forcing me to lie. I'm not a liar, except to the IRS, you know? Most women and stuff, but you can't be 100% truthful in a job interview. Jason, why did you leave your last company? Oh, they were going to fire me, so I quit. Okay? Like my resume says, I'm very proactive. Jason, why do you want to work for ourcompany.com? Because you guys have the money. You have the money. Arby's has the meats. I have the drug and alcohol problem. Let's all work together. I will show up 3 days a week. Give me the money. I got this one last week. It was Jason. We're a fast-growing company. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, ideally? Ideally, getting roadhead in a spaceship. That sounds super ideal, Sharon. Yeah. I didn't get that one. But I meant their security. Okay. Why start telling the truth during a job interview when you've already sent over the first salvo of lies? Your resume, right? You gotta pad your resume a little bit. Mine's so padded you could sleep on that sumbitch, okay? Set the sleep valve for zero truth. You want me to go back 10 years, include all my volunteer work? Okay. On my resume, I've been to countries that don't exist, fighting diseases I made up using 90s band names. Okay. Thanks for asking, Stacy. I love to tell you about the 3 summers I spent in southern Malachi, inoculating children against the outbreak of smash mouth. Very dangerous disease. I was counting on 3% of this audience knowing who Smash Mouth is. Yes. I think Megan was born after the first album came out, or right around the same time. Yep. That's on my resume. Smash Mouth.
What year?
When did Smash Mouth come out? 93? Yeah. See? I don't pick on the help. She's awesome.
Shrek.
I'm losing it. Let's just have a discussion. I don't want to do this anymore. It's okay. I did so good in southern Malachi, guys, that I was recruited to another NGO. Never gone overseas. I was rebuilding schools in the People's Democratic Republic of Crete. We're still on the 90s band names. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take one laugh at a time at this point. They say stand-up comedy is really difficult, but it's actually easy as long as everybody laughs at everything you say. That doesn't happen. All right, cool. I am recording my set tonight, guys. I have a divorce hearing next Thursday, and the judge is demanding I show proof of no verifiable income. Okay, this is going to come in handy. Exhibit A. The People versus Jason. All right, you should never turn your back on the audience, but hey, this is Benicia. We're good. Who here has a tattoo? You guys are edgy. There we go. Benicia for life. There we go. Those are cool. Who has a tattoo that they hate? Yeah, I was. You got the back of Bill. You got the back of Bill Trans. Yeah, I got you.
That's why I got to cover up.
Yeah. Check out this bad boy. I don't know if you can see it. Everybody put on their reading glasses. Look at this little red lightning bolt. This shitty. Bring it in for a close-up, Johnny, in the balcony. It looks like I did it myself.
It's the wrong part.
After self-diagnosing with Down syndrome. But look, I paid money for this and I learned a valuable lesson. Never get a tattoo on vacation. Oh, yeah. This is 9 beers and a Percocet in Nashville. Nashville. Do we have any art history majors here, guys? Let's do the top 3 art destinations, right? Paris, Rome, Nashville. In the worst part of town, the tourist trap part of Nashville. Honky-tonk shirt stores, honky-tonk hat stores, and honkies everywhere. It'd be like coming to San Francisco and say, driver, take us to Fisherman's Wharf for some permanent body art. So let's talk about it. It's supposed to represent my all-time favorite band, One Direction. Anybody? No?
One Direction.
Just kidding. AC/DC. Who here's smoking pot? All right. Oh, look. Great. Let's talk about Smash Mouth and AC/DC afterwards. And retirement planning. But yeah, so AC/DC has a logo. I didn't just want to get the AC lightning bolt DC. Plus, I don't have a bicep that's big. But anyway, I just wanted the lightning bolt so only the real fans know. So I get this stupid little lightning bolt and a shirt and a hat from the gift shop that a tattoo place should never have. And I drove home. And I showed it to the first friend. I'm like, check it out, buddy, rock and roll. And he's like, wow, Jason, you must really love Gatorade. I do love Gatorade. I made a terrible error. I've had people with AC/DC shirts come up and say, killer tattoo, buddy. I'm like, finally, some respect. He's like, lemon lime's my favorite flavor. Like, bitch, we're at an AC/DC concert. Show me some respect for my shitty tattoo. I wish I had a closing joke. That was good. No, seriously, I am single. Fox News alert. Now that we're besties, I am Jason Cole. I'm 48 years old, still single, never married, no children. Yeah. Woo!
Just as long as you don't.
You ever considered dating a comedian? Is your credit score getting dangerously high? Date a comedian. You want them to have a backup plan just in case comedy doesn't pan out? Put that fucking welding college on your credit card for your man. Date a comedian. I'll paint a picture for you. You ever see the sunrise through a skylight in a foreclosed duplex in Vallejo? Yeah. Get with a comedian. That's a joke. They're homeless. All right. But I want to meet somebody in person. I'm old school, you know. You just have to, I have nothing against online dating. It's a great way to get killed by guys that look like me. Okay. But like that chance encounter, like at a coffee shop or a cafe or the alley behind your house. Something. Keep drinking. Or better yet, a bookstore. Remember bookstores in the mall? It was such a cool hang. Get that romantic librarian thing going. Our eyes meet across a crowded bookstore. She's over in the romance section. I'm in self-help. She moves over to the travel section to let me know she's adventurous. I move over to the home improvement section to let her know I'm not homeless. She moves over to the astrology section to let me know she's crazy. I move over to the history section to let her know about my obsession with Hitler. No. She moves over to the cash register to let me know she's leaving. I move over to the true crime section to let her know I'm going to follow her. Oh, it gets so much worse. She moves over to the mall cop to let me know she's fearing for her safety. I move over to the Cinnabon to let her know I'm tremendously high. She moves over to the fountain because, as it turns out, the mall cop was much more creepy. I approach the fountain and I throw a penny in. And she makes a wish that I would leave her alone. I tell her I'm a comic who has trouble ending jokes. She laughs like nobody in this room, and we go back to her duplex and make love 7 times, because it's my joke. Turns out, guys, she works for Netflix. I signed a $20 million deal for my first Netflix special, Jason Cole, live from the upstairs in Benicia, California. Finally have enough money for my penis reduction surgery. And now with a manageable 10 inches, comedian Jason Cole is happily ever after. And scene. Thank you guys for enjoying that. We got a great show tonight. We're good eyes. Keep drinking. It'll start to cool off. Are you ready for your next comedian? Come on, we got a great lineup. Love this lady. She's been tearing it up all over town. You're gonna love her. Put your hands together for Nicole Trey!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening.
Cha ơi hãy cầm lại đường gương cho con được nhìn mặt cha lần sau cuối rồi lát nữa đây con sao. Please feel free to sing along if you know the words. Alphabet now. Please excuse me the way I speak. There are some letters in the English language that I cannot pronounce. I could tell you which one they are, but I cannot pronounce them. Sometimes people cannot understand my name over the phone. My name is Trent. Wait a minute. Spell it for me, please. Sure. T like Tiwasaki. R like Rashiko. A like Alashima. And N like Nancy. When I arrived in the Bay Area, I studied Aikido, Judo, and in San Francisco, sourdough. When I do comedy, I don't use the F word, because if I don't get to do it, I don't want to hear it. Sometimes language barriers can be to my advantage. The other day, my boss says, she likes hair that's curly. I thought she said I could go home early. My car is a Hyundai accent. When people hear me speak, they ask me, hey, where's your accent from? I say, I use Gallant in Fremont. Last week, an American guy asked me, are you nuts? I said, why? Are you allergic? She liked that one. Yesterday, the weatherman says there will be showers, so I bring shampoo and my loofah. When I study English, I start with simple phrases like, how do you do? Or, I'm happy to meet you. Or, Not tonight, I have a headache. In college, they told me I need a student loan. I thought, oh good, they will loan me a student to help me with my homework. I remember my first swimming lesson. My father threw me to the Mekong River. I ended up in the Philippines. Ooh. When I was a kid, we played ding dong ditch. We did not have doorbell, so we just ditched our friend ding dong. I did not grow up with social media. If I wanted a Facebook, I just hit my sister in the face with a book. We had a parrot. He would talk in Vietnamese only. That means Polly wants some rice. I was a fat kid, very unusual in Vietnam. Most kids were extra small and petite. My size was a Buddha. Give me on your lunch money. My mother does everything in one big pan. Chicken, noodle, vegetable, the laundry. My mother loves the Hawaiian singer Don Ho. I like that name, Don Ho, but I feel sorry for his sister, Stanky. She got all my jokes, so I wrote one of the jokes for you. My cousin Bing Bing snores. She snores like this. Bing 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 Bing. Bing 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 Bing. It can be annoying and scary, especially when she's driving. Back in my country, Bing Bing was the life of the party. Yay, the Communist Party.
Okay, thanks.
They were just jokes. Now Bing Bing got a job at the candy store. She heard there a lot of sugar daddy there. I love my sister. She supports me, respects me, and during hard times, loans me her boyfriend. This is so fun, guys. I love you guys already. It's so fun. Give me energy. I'm an extrovert, so I need energy. My uncle named my cousin Zachary because he looks Zachary like the milkman. Oh. She got that one. I like to visit Chinatown. Chinese people are very organized. They always have all their ducks in a row. I like Halloween night. Last year, I dressed like Kim Kardashian. I crammed 2 watermelons down the back of my pants. Then I put 2 cantaloupes in the front. Then I got arrested for shoplifting. Last September, we had picnic at the beach. The seagulls were annoying, but so tasty.
Jesus.
It's so fun. Some women I know shop at Forever 21. I cannot fit into anything of that store. No. I'm waiting for them to come out with almost 42.
Yeah.
Dress made with polyester make me not only curvy, but flammable.
Yeah.
In my country, they have a big Apple store. They also sell oranges and kumquat. So that's joke for you, sir. I hope one day I can afford a Mac computer. Right now, I can only afford mac and cheese. That's a really good joke, guys. I could not get along with my first therapist. It got so bad, I had to start seeing a second therapist just to talk about the first therapist. I went to a Shopaholic Anonymous meeting. It's not because I have a 50s, and 100s. I noticed that people write messages on a dollar bill. Dear Judy, happy birthday. Love, your Auntie Doris. I look at that and go, what a cheap old lady. I wrote all of my joke and dedicated to you. You gave me energy. I had a dream I was flying. Unfortunately, in my dream, I was a Samsonite carry-on in the overhead compartment. To maintain good health, I eat rice, I never smoke, and I avoid driving at night with my cousin, Bing Bing. Now they say drinking milk can kill you. Boy, if it's not one thing, it's another. She got that. When I go to the black club, all the black women go, uh-oh, somebody forgot to pay the bill at the nail salon. I went out with a garbage man. Oh boy, he was always talking trash. The last guy I dated worked at the racetrack cleaning up after horses. I always look for a man with a stable job. I like guys with blue eyes, but they have to have two of them. I'm stylish man. I wear Easter hat in the spring, sundress in the summer, and I never dated a white guy after Labor Day. Now, I want to meet a man with a Tesla car, so every Saturday night, I put on a tight dress and hang out at the electric charging station. Or I go to the laundromat. I see a guy I like. At least I know he has clean underwear. At college, I had rules with my roommate. No overnight guest unless he brings his brother. I met a blue-eyed Frenchman. His work perfect. His face perfect. His hair perfect. His wife, well, nobody's perfect. I met a guy who was likable. He acted likable, smelled like a ball, turned out he's full of ball. In Vietnam they say, behind every successful man stands a woman with a voice like this. Trời đất quỷ thần ơi, sáng giờ tao với mày đi làm kiếm tiền nuôi tao, mà mày làm ít quá, mày lo mày ăn, mày nằm, mày ngủ, mày nhậu, tao đi chỉ cho coi. Oh man, when you listen to that, you spend as much time at work as possible. I love music from the 1980s, even to this day. I still answer the phone like this. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I say, no. Where's your cousin Bing Bing? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's for the rest of the
Give it up for Nicole Tran, y'all. Heck yeah. I love her. Are you ready for your next comedian? Come on, keep on drinking. Glad to be on the show with her. She has a book coming out next year called Stutterer Interrupted. Will you please welcome to the stage the always entertaining and the very funny Nina G.
Doesn't work. You gave me a dysfunctional.
It pulls that.
Cheese it, everybody! Don't sniff the powdered sugar on my dessert. That's all I ask. Is the crisp good? Did anyone get the crisp? No? Yes? Is it? That's a yes. We're there. See, he raised his hand and then the picture fell off. What kind of place is this? What kind of place is this? Has anybody gone into the bathroom yet? Go into the bathroom. Go into the bathroom. That bathroom is the most, it's fascinating, it's interesting. It's the color of your grandmother's kitchen. First of all, there is a tub in there. The tub is full of rags and restaurant clothes, and there's a gypsy costume hanging from the top, right? There is.
When you're late to work, that's what happens.
That's what you have to dress like a gypsy, a purple gypsy? Yeah. Oh, it's fascinating. You guys have to see, he went in. It's an interesting place, right? The toilet does that, though, so they have to go back and fix it. I may have plugged it up. Sorry, guy who fixed it earlier. You gotta go in and fix it again. So hello, everybody. I have my notes here. Nicole, English is her second language. She memorized all of that. That whole set. She memorized everything. Yes, give it up for her for that. I am a lazy American. That's what that is. I have my notes, so I apologize now. I am the Bay Area's only female stuttering stand-up comic. Woo! Woohoo! Sometimes people applaud for that. No, all of your applause is for Nicole. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm part of a comedy troupe called the Comedians with Disabilities Act. So it's me, a guy who uses a wheelchair, another guy who's blind, and another guy who's a little person. And people come up to me all the time and they say, you know, Nina, stuttering, that's not a real disability. You shouldn't be in that show. So I explained to them, if you look at the definition of what a disability is according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's a physical or mental impairment that substantially results in having to deal with assholes. Thank you. I have a feeling I had some people here, so thank you for that. Thank you. I do have a YouTube channel. I would love for you to check out my YouTube channel. You can check it out for the content. The content's fine, but you need to check it out for the comments. The YouTube comments of a female stuttering stand-up comedian. Oh my God, there's things on there like you should really try weed for that speech problem of yours. Because this would go much better paranoid, everybody. That's how that works. It's mostly, most of the comments are, I want to see your boobs. So a lot of that. But I got one the other day. This guy saw a video of me doing stand-up comedy, and he wrote, "This is the bravest thing I've ever seen." That's right. The bravest thing this guy's ever seen is me doing stand-up comedy. And I just want to say, in your face, 9/11 first responders. Oh. In your face. Because who's brave? Is it people who put their lives on the line to save others? It's me, stuttering dick joke teller. That's who's brave. You know, I do a lot of trainings in colleges, and I do a lot of college gigs where I talk about disability awareness and disability history. And I was once at this college and telling them that the very first group that the Nazis exterminated were people that had disabilities, because a lot of young adults don't even know that. And this one guy in the audience, this one student, he raised his hand and he said, but why did they just kill the disabled people? Why didn't they put them to work? And I had something very insightful here, which was the Nazis not really good about making workplace accommodations. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but the Third Reich didn't have a good HR department. It's not a show you'll see on the History Channel. I do have a jokey joke. This is something that you can tell at your office, something you can tell, you know, in like mixed company. Very safe joke, so I need your help on it though. How many disabled people does it take to screw in a light bulb? Okay, so she understands comedy, everybody. That's what that means. Okay, so we're going to try it again. Follow her, okay? Okay, so how many disabled people does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
1 like able-bodied people to say, "You are such an inspiration." Better want to take a picture of that and put it on Facebook. So, and stuttering is a weird experience. I was doing a training at my job, and there was a woman right there in the front row who every time that I stuttered, every single time, she would do this eye roll thing. It was like a constant, like, for like a half hour. And I was like, I stutter, I'm not blind, I can fucking see you. A lot of weird things happen. We're going to get back to the stuttering, but I wanted to talk about some other stuff. Ladies, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I come bearing a message, and the message is, get your IUDs right now. Leave here, get your IUDs, even if you don't need one, even if you don't have that kind of sex, get your IUDs. Because there's politicians who don't want to cover that anymore under insurance. And if insurance doesn't pay for it, it's $500. And I can't afford $500. That's why I'm coming out with a DIY IUD.
Right.
A do-it-yourself IUD. Which is just going to be a chicken bone and shoestring. So, save me that back there. So look for that on Etsy, everybody. I know, you and her have the same, you guys are still flinching from it. You need to drink more. See, she hasn't even removed. See, comics, this is comedy. When you make a woman do this for an extended period of time, that is comedy. That's the Lenny Bruce shit right there. You guys understand who that is? That's lovely. Most comics don't even know who he is because they're a bunch of cocksuckers. And that is the word that he got arrested for. That's why I said that, to pay homage. Okay. I was in Ireland last year. It's been actually 1 year that I was in Ireland, and I went there on my honeymoon. And Ireland, has anyone ever been? Yeah, okay. Yeah, beautiful place, beautiful people. And what really left an impression on me is that Ireland is one of the few places that never invaded anybody else's land. They were always the ones being invaded by the Vikings, by the English. And they're so proud of that. They're so proud that they never occupied anybody else's land and that they never oppressed anybody. It made me understand something. That the Irish didn't get to be racist until they got to Boston. Who there's from Boston? Is that you? Yeah. We know what they did in the 80s to their sports team, so we're not gonna. But I am Italian American. I am Italian. Who's you two? You're not allowed to say anything during the other comments. Okay, so we have another Italian. So as a kid, I was very insecure about my nose. Take a good look at her right there. I was very insecure about my nose. Yes, see? Yeah, the bump. You have a bump. Yeah. Yeah. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think I have a big nose. And she said, you don't have a big nose. You have a small Italian nose. It's like, Mom, did you tell my brother he has a big dick for a girl? It's so bad, yes. That is comforting and would explain a lot about my brother. But let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, but as an Italian American woman, I have those sayings because every woman has those sayings hanging up around their house, like things to inspire you, things to uplift you, like still she persisted, and things like this. I have things that speak to me as an Italian American woman. That's why there is a post-it on the dashboard of my car that reads, "Plug your chin hair like no one's watching." I was going to wait for you to stop laughing on that one, because it's the best lighting, right? The best lighting. Ladies, I don't know if there's other white ethnics here who will understand that. So, but I was raised Catholic, and my pope as a kid was Pope John Paul. And recently he was made a saint. And in order to be a saint, you have to have at least 2 miracles. The first one he performed was he cured a woman of Parkinson's. And the other one is very special to me because it happened at my parish. He made the pedophile priest disappear. That's not it. He also made that same priest go and reappear in a poor or disenfranchised church. So, and if you get sainthood for protecting child molesters, then I'm pretty sure that the Penn State Board of Trustees is also on that list. So, yeah, you know, then don't protect child molesters, and I won't talk about it. So, growing up, my grandmother was an old school prescription drug addict, so she was addicted to like Vicodin and Valium and things like that. Yeah, all right, yeah, there you go. Again, you're not allowed to talk. You had your time. No, but she was, you know, addicted to those drugs before anyone else. She was constipated way before anybody else. Someone understands the effects of that. Yeah, I know. I'm glad. What do you do for a living? Huh? Nothing? You don't want to say?
Singer. Yeah.
Singer. Oh, no, that's a lie. I can already tell.
No, it's not a lie.
Again, I'm up here. You're in the audience. You give a woman a microphone and then try to take over. So no, thank you. And that sounded very, very beautiful. And of course, I asked you. You had to prove it, so it's fine. He has no excuse, though. But growing up with my grandma, going to Disneyland with her being so high, it was like going to Disneyland with Hunter S. Thompson. Okay, there are a couple. Okay, so you. So that's where I pick on you. And you can laugh extra hard at that joke to show everyone how smart you are. That's called the Berkeley laugh. That's what that is. If you go to, okay, never mind. We're talking shit about Berkeley. But I happen to be the first one in my family. To ever go to college. First one, and I also. Thank you. More support than most of my family gave me, so I really appreciate that. But I also happen to have my doctorate, and I thought that my grandma, that she'd be so proud of me. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it again. And I thought that she'd be so proud of me, and so when I called her up after I finished school, I was like, Grandma, I'm a doctor. And you know what she said the first thing? Can you prescribe? Exactly. You must have had a grandmother who made everything about her as well. Yes. I was like, no, Grandma, I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm the kind of doctor who's $100,000 in debt makes $13 an hour. Because social justice through dick jokes don't pay. Don't get a master's in that, everybody. Although I do have some investments, I do. The problem is, right now, most of my money's tied up in Groupons. So, yes. But the way that I look at it, an investment in pedicures and Indian food is better than a mortgage in Modesto. I think we're doing okay, no matter what the man says over there. It's so great that the guy who has a rent-controlled apartment in Oakland, who's the same age as you all, is making fun that you own shit. Right? Yes. You guys own shit, he's in rent control, he's making fun of you. It's very strange. Okay, so the last thing that I want to leave you with is a lot of times I ask very weird questions, very personal questions about my stuttering, and I just want to kind of clear the air so we don't have to have those awkward conversations after. One of the things I'm asked is, do I stutter when I orgasm? And what a lot of you don't know is that when you stutter and you're alone, then you don't stutter anymore, so the answer's no. You'll do good on your SATs. That's like an SAT question. Got that like that. It's quick. And the other thing I'm asked, and this is by men, is what is the impact of stuttering on oral sex? Take it in for a second. Yeah, because men think there's like an extra, you know, like an extra vibration. And I don't know about you, Boston, but it's really hard to stutter with a dick in your mouth. And I said that to your host, Jason, and you know what he said? He said, maybe that's a cure. That's been my time, everyone. Thank you so much.
All right, give it up for Nina G again. An applause break on the phrase, dig it down. I love comedy. This has been a free show. It's going to be very free unless you guys tip us. And the goal is this tiny ass tip jar should be so full we have to pour it out and then go buy the drugs. Then you put more money in. But anyway, I'm going to be passing this on soon. Our headliners are coming here from very far away in San Jose. They're coming here soon. We have another great comic already here. So get your cash ready. Keep drinking so you lose your mind and give us all this money. But hold on, we have a couple more comedians. Are you ready for your next comedian? Oh yeah! This guy's hella funny. There's nothing else to say. He's right here. Please welcome to the floor, FCCA!
Not a good start. Not a good start. Mike started falling down. I'm sure some of you gentlemen could, sort of relate to this feeling. Sometimes it just swoops down on you. Either way, hello there. Happy to be here. All this misfortune has already happened. Can't get worse than I started. Either way, I'm happy to be here. Hello there, Benicia. What a beautiful city. Oh my God. What a lovely town. Lower? Am I too loud? Okay. I just want to make sure. I start that way, and then I, over time get less annoying with my voice. That's just the way to pop in. Either way, happy to be here, except for that insult to my voice. Anyway, what a beautiful city. Every time I come here, I'm just amazed by how beautiful the parking situation is. I don't know shit about this city. I just do this show and then I drive out of here immediately. Either way, I'm happy to be here. What a beautiful city. Good looking crowd. I can say that honestly. I think each person in this crowd, all honesty, each person in this crowd better looking than the next person in this crowd. I'm not going to tell you which person I started with, but either way, as a whole, Benicia, way to keep it up. Last time I came here, I don't know if I understand the fashion in this city. The last time I came here was in December. It was very cold, and I saw a couple walking outside. Is it a thing in this city for couples to walk outside and like both of them wearing the same blanket, like a couple's blanket? Is that a thing here? Oh, okay. I saw that when I saw a couple. They were walking down the street. It was a chilly night. They had a blanket over both of them, and I was like, you know what? That's adorable. It's stupid, but it's adorable. I'm gonna compliment that couple. Maybe later in the night they're gonna have a romantic moment. That guy can think back and be like, "Thank God for blanket compliment, guy," and then I can be part of a lovely story. So as I saw him walking up, I was like, "Hey, couple's blanket. That's beautiful." And one went, "Oh," and I realized, like, "Oh, she is breastfeeding right now." I do not understand the fashion in this city as well as I thought I did. Very happy to be here. Nonetheless, I left my girlfriend to be here tonight. Not on a permanent basis. That would be a terrible short-term choice, as lovely as you all are. But I left her at the place we both share. I miss her already. I've been gone for like 4 hours. Miss her already. We live together. I moved into her apartment about a year ago now. About 6 months ago, she found out, so now I pay rent too. And it's cool, but it's different. Nice, more expensive. She's great though. Recently went to Disneyland with her. Oh, what an experience. Me and my girlfriend, no children, going to Disneyland. with her family. Oh my God, what an experience. Oh wow. Before I went to Disneyland, I knew a few months ahead of time I was going to go to Disneyland. So before I went to Disneyland, I spent 3 months saving up for my trip to Disneyland. And then I went to Disneyland and I saw parents trying to keep their kids happy in what's supposed to be the happiest place on earth and failing miserably. And so when I got home, I spent 3 months saving for my vasectomy. And it's been great. It's been beautiful. You know, I have to be honest, what they say about vasectomies is true. You don't know how precious and beautiful they are until you have one of your own. Like kids, get it? Like kids? Anyway. It's okay, I like you less now. But either way, we'll progress. I'll go home listening to sad music. But either way, you're in Benicia. Can't get much better than this, right? Oh my God, living it up. No mosquitoes? I haven't felt one mosquito yet. Oh my God, where do you guys ship off your mosquitoes? How good of a town do you get to ship off your low-income mosquitoes? Oh my God, what a town. Very happy to be in it. I love my girlfriend. A lot of people, like, I don't know if I want to have a kid. Like, at best right now, I'm thinking of getting a dog. And, like, that's my generation, though. Like, 20 years ago, people would say, like, oh, I'm thinking of having a kid. People are like, dude, don't have a kid, just get a dog. It's easier, less responsibility. Now I tell people my age, I'm thinking of getting a dog, and they're like, dude, don't get a dog, just get a phone. You could see other people owning their dogs. It's a lot easier. That makes sense, but I want to get a dog. I want a girl dog. I want to have a girl dog. Do you guys have opinions? Boy dogs, girl dogs?
Boy dog.
You see? All right. This is a nice response. There was like 6 people that actually gave me their opinion. If I would have asked in like San Francisco, and I've asked before, I asked in the crowd, it's just like, my dog will choose what it wants to be when it becomes of age. You don't tell me how to raise my gender-neutral dog. Not my city FC. I understand. I get it. You call it. But I want to get a girl dog. My favorite thing about girl dogs is you never try to pet them on the stomach and accidentally touch their dicks. Like, that's the worst part about guy dogs, right? Like, you see them, you're like, hey buddy, how's it going? Pet you on the stomach, what's up? And then you go, you pet them on the stomach, you accidentally touch it, and they look at you in the face with like hope, like, is this going to happen right now? You're like, no dude, that was an accident, alpha male, and then you got to go like pee on their bed or their face to mark your territory. Just like, get a girl dog, it's easier. It saves a lot of uncomfortable moments. I've been enjoying stuff with my girlfriend recently. You know, a lot of times you go to a place and you don't expect to enjoy it. Like, sometimes you go to a place like Disneyland and they tell you it's the happiest place on earth. So you go there and you're expecting the happiest place on earth. And sometimes you go to a place and they're like, you're going to be fucking miserable. And you go there and you get to be around other people having a worse time than you. And it's just like, wow, this isn't that bad. One of these places, bad place, sir. I recently went to one of my favorite places now in the entire state of California. Now, I don't like the misery of others. Like, I don't like seeing car crashes. If I see an adult crying in the streets, I make sure there's not a dead person next to them. That way it can be amusing to me. But one of my favorite places in the entire state of California, I recently went there. You guys might know it, probably love it. Good citizens that you obviously seem to be. The California Department of Motor Vehicles. You guys like this spot? Yeah, somebody has vanity plates. Nice, all right. A lot of people don't like the DMV. Like, they go there and they have the wrong mindset when they're going to the DMV, though. They say, like, I'm going to go to the DMV, I'm going to be in that line waiting for like 20 minutes just to grab a ticket. And then I'm going to have to wait another 20 minutes after I grab my ticket so I can finally have my number called. And then I'm going to go talk to the lady behind the counter. It's always a lady, even if it's a man working at the DMV. It's always a lady at the DMV. I'm going to talk to her, and she's just going to listen to everything I say and then just say, never. And then it's going to be the worst day of my entire month. But now, I go to the DMV, and it's a little bit easier. Last time I went to the Daly City DMV, and I figured, I don't want to be too miserable. I'm going to have a few bowls in my car. I don't know if you folks know what bowls in your car is. Maybe Kashi Goline or some type of special pay. But for me, I had enough, not to like be in an altered state, but just to not want to murder those around me. And so, and you do it in your car like a few blocks away. You don't want to do it in the parking lot of the DMV and then get a ticket at the DMV. It makes it a lot easier to file the paperwork. So I did it, had a scenic walk there, went to the DMV in Daly City. The line to just get the ticket for the DMV in Daly City is out the door. So I was standing in that line for like 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I realized I wasn't in the line for the DMV. I was in line for the bathroom at the DMV. So I got out of that line. I waited in the other line. As soon as I grabbed my ticket, I walk inside. I hear an older woman say to the person behind the counter, "You're the type of lady makes me hope hell exists." I was like, oh shit, that is a lot of hate for 10:30 in the morning. Somebody obviously had their coffee. I appreciated how she said it though. She didn't say anything generic like, go to hell. Like she said, you're the type of person makes me hope hell exists. Like, I'm not trying to shove my religion down your throat, tell you who or what to believe in. I'm just saying, if hell does exist, you're going there, you evil bitch. And I appreciate how she balanced that. I was already having a good time. And then I walked upon a man that I could only describe as about to cry. He was at the DMV and he was talking to the lady behind the counter about his registration. He was very upset and he looked like he was about to lose it. So I said, all right, I got to focus on this guy. This is going to be amazing. Sure enough, looks at the lady and said, I don't understand the issue here with my registration. I mean, they told me before I had my registration expire in February. It says on my license plate that February is when it expires. I had to get the 2019 sticker. I have the 2018 sticker. I have to get the 2019. So they told me you fill out the registration form. 1 month later, it comes in. It has a sticker on it. So they told me you get the 2019 sticker. You grab the sticker, you put it on your license plate, smooth it out flat. And then some people, they try to peel off your sticker. I don't want anybody to peel off my sticker. So they told me you get a razor blade. You tilt it diagonally 45 degrees, and you slice it 4 times across. So I got a razor blade. I tilted it diagonally 4 times across, and I sliced it. Then I tilted it the other way 45 degrees, and I sliced it 4 more times across. I made diamonds out of it. That way no one can peel off. Because people they come and they try to. Someone figured out how to peel it off. And now I don't have a sticker, and I'm supposed to have my sticker, and the police are telling me that I don't have my registration, but I'm supposed to have my registration. I paid for my registration, and now I have tickets, and the police are saying that I can't drive my car, but I'm not even supposed to be here today. This is my off date. I had tickets to see the new Avengers movie, and that's one of the seminal movies in the Marvel experience, and you can't miss one movie, because if you see the next movie, then you don't understand what happened in the movie before, and I have to be here now, and you're supposed to be helping me, but you're not helping me, and you're supposed to. Is there anything you could do to help me? Can you please just help me? And the lady just looks at him and goes, no! I'm like, this is my best day! This was my best day ever! I was clapping, I was laughing, I was having such a good time for so long. I missed my number being called in. I had to get back in the line at the DMV to get another ticket. But it was still great. Still a great experience. Smell it. I want to ask you folks a question. Simple question. Raise your hand. Anybody in this room ever played the credit card game? Anybody? Ever heard of it? Ever played? Maybe one person? Okay. I asked this just to the crowd to like raise your hand or, you know, simple. That was perfect and polite, sir. You didn't even go above your shoulder for the hand raise. That's like, that guy's a cool customer right here. He's like the student that knew all the answers in school, was like, I'm not going to be a bitch-ass nerd. He's like, I'm not going above the shoulder. I get it. Cool guy. Anyway, I asked people if they know the credit card game thing, because I asked the crowd in a very ritzy part of San Francisco recently. As soon as I asked, the man stood up, he said, I know what the credit card game is. He was an older, really nicely dressed white guy. Not saying they all talk or point that way, but he said, credit card game is when a group of friends, family, acquaintances goes out to a fancy dinner, restaurant, country club atmosphere. At the end of the dinner, everybody in the group hands the waitress their credit card. The waitress then randomly selects one of those cards from that pile. That person then has to pay for everybody's meal at the entire table. I heard that and I was like, that is the most rich white person game I've ever heard of in my entire life. Like, no offense, but that is like whiter than playing like beer pong with mimosa juice in the cups or most board games. Not the point. Not the point. The point is that is not the credit card game as I know it. Might not be how you know it, sir. I didn't grow up in the country club atmosphere that man did. So when I was a kid, the credit card game was a little bit different. And this is a non-sexual game, although I guess get creative couples. But when I was a kid, my sister, 10 years older than me, 5 years older than my brother, she used to come up behind us at the house. She would sneak up behind us really silently. She would put her hand like this. She would sneak up behind us really quietly, walk up behind us, put her hand like this, stick the hand in our butt crack, go up and down and say, credit card, credit card, credit card. Feeling a lot of discomfort coming from you, ma'am. This is a hilarious game, okay? We laugh every time, right? Family fun time in the Sierra household, like we're a closer family because it was the 90s, it was consensual, it was a different world. I understand that, but it was hilarious. Like every time she got me, every time it would always be like, oh, you got me, let me go change my underwear. Or he like maybe tried to time it right if you felt her sneaking up behind you. You didn't act like you feel her sneaking up behind you. What you do is you get one ready. Like you get one right. As soon as she sneaks up behind you, she sticks it in, you let it go, and you're like, I farted on your hand, go wash your hand. And you laughed, you high-fived. It was a fun game. Great game. Wonderful game. Still not the point, sorry. Point is, recently me and my girlfriend have gotten into playing the credit card game, and it's been a blast. We've been having a lot of fun with it at the house, a lot of back and forth, good times. Last week I made a mistake. Acknowledge this right now. We were at the house, and she was naked because she was coming out of the shower, and I was naked because I'm an optimist, and I was something would happen in that situation. It's just like, oh, you're naked? What a coincidence! I'm naked too. Maybe we should take advantage of it. It doesn't work, but you try it anyway, and that's the spirit of a relationship. Yeah, exactly. Never ever works. That's my unicorn. I'm going to catch it one day. It's going to be out there. She's going to start it with me. Anyway, instead of walking up to her, kissing her on the cheek, and trying to start that miracle of spontaneous sex, I walked right up to her, smile on my face. I stepped behind her. I was like, credit card, credit card, credit card. I got her good. I was really happy. I was like doing a celebration dance, which when you're a naked guy is fun because things just like flap around. It was really like, I got her good. Like, oh, too personal. Like, I got her good, though. Like, I wanted to go wash my hand or smell it after or something. Immediately, though, she just stands straight up, stares me dead in the eyes, and goes, wait, it's 2018. Credit cards are changing. I was like, what do you mean? She stepped behind me. She was like, chip card, chip card. I do not like the way technology is changing these cards. I was like, take it out, take it out. She's like, these ones take longer to read. I'm sorry. Declined. Unauthorized user. Insufficient funds. This technology's getting us people. Anyway, before I get off, I want to relate one more story. To praise my girlfriend. And I should let you know before I continue praising my girlfriend, bit of an age gap between me and my girlfriend. I am 28 years old right now. I know I'm very sweaty. They give us free drinks and it's hot. But I am 28 years old right now. My girlfriend is 16 years older than me. Older than me. I felt a lot of weird. It was a neck click. She's old. I know. I felt like the whole neighborhood watch eye coming back at me right now. It was like, not in my cul-de-sac. She's a mid-40s lady. I like dating a mid-40s woman. She knows things as an older woman I wouldn't have known as a younger man unless I met her. She knows things physically, mentally, spiritually. There's like quartz rocks and random stones around the house. I'm like, why is that rock on the ground? She's like, oh, it's for good energy. I'm like, I think I just broke my toe on your good energy rock. And I don't know if I'm feeling as well. But she knows things. And specifically, and we're going to be honest here, sexually. And I think this is the moment, I'm going to tell you about the moment that I realized how amazing my girlfriend is, how perfect for my life my girlfriend is. And it's going to be perfectly honest, I found out how amazing my girlfriend is the first time I had oral sex with her. The first time I went down on her vagina. I don't know how you folks do it in this side of the bay. But for me, in my experience, when I'm going down on a lady, it's sort of like doing stand-up comedy for you folks right now. Like there's pressure to perform well. I'm not really able to make great eye contact or stare at